All right, Justin, I'm gonna let you pick how you want to start this interview. Do you want to do Babe Ruth talk now or later?
I saw that from Sauce. We can do it now. We can go right into it.
So real or not real?
It's tough for me because I know that I saw the clips from Sauce. You see the one clip of Babe Ruth just all the time.
Mhm.
I would like to believe that he's real. I think that I'm more on the side that Ted Williams home runs not real, 100% not real, just from being at that red seat there at Fenway. I'm gonna go Babe Ruth, yes, real, even though we don't have a ton of documentation.
Is this like a consensus in the bullpen, or is this Sauce just like stirring stuff up with everybody?
No, I think there's a lot of people that believe that he's not real. I think it's more so. It's like we mentioned. There's only like one or two videos that you just see on repeat, um, and then just the fact that like he was literally just swinging like a tree from out back that he cut into a bat. You know, you hear the stories and all that. You start to question a lot of things.
Justin,
Okay,
could you imagine playing on the diet he had? Like,
No,
what would your
yeah,
stomach feel like?
yeah, it'd be in shambles. You know, like hot dogs and beer, and I'm sure that there was some cigarettes involved in there. I couldn't even imagine, grabbing a hot dog between innings or something like that.
is there one guy in the bullpen that just tries to say like, "Oh, you guys are morons. This is ridiculous. The stuff you guys are trying to cook up," or is everybody pretty open minded and says, "Oh, I can listen to an argument on this"?
No, everybody's open-minded. We have, I was talking to a buddy the other day. It's like we have a lot of time in the bullpen. The first couple innings, we kind of just feel it out, especially with our starters. It's kind of nice last year. You didn't have to get moving too early, but so yeah, you look down to the bullpen, you kind of see the hijinks going on early in the game. But yeah, no, everybody's open minded and for the most part are ready for an argument one side or the other.
You mentioned the Ted Williams thing. So, what was your reaction then when you guys walked out to that seat?
Yeah, it's just immediately no chance. And then so the funny thing was when we were in Fenway, I forget who walked up there with me. I know for sure it was me, uh, Adam Bonero, one of our staff guys, Justin Nogak, bullpen catcher. And I'm trying to think if I think Sauce might have been there, and I can't remember if there was a fourth or not, or a fifth or not. But yeah, we get up there, and there happened to be like the staff member for Fenway Park doing like a little like tour, talking about like, oh, this is the Ted Williams seat, and the story. I don't know if you guys have heard like the actual story about like how they know it was that seat. It was like some guy like fell asleep in between games of a doubleheader and then woke up the second game by getting hit by a home run by Ted Williams, and that supposedly was where the guy was sitting. And yeah, you like look at it from the seat, and you're like, there's zero chance anybody's getting a ball out here. Especially, I know that years ago, I think Sauce mentioned it too. Like Big Poppy tried to do it with like a metal bat in batting practice, like the perfect scenario to try and do it. All things like lined up, and he still couldn't do it. So it's like, I don't believe that.
So he woke up to the ball hitting him, so he didn't actually see the ball connect with the bat, fly through the air, and hit him.
Supposedly, that's the story. I guess obviously people were sitting around and saw the ball supposedly get there, but yeah,
Interesting.
that was the story that the person running the tour had said. So you can take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
Huh. I haven't heard the story before, but I mean, I know that Ted Williams seat exists, and the legend is he hit it all the way out there. But I hadn't heard the story of some guy was asleep and then it hit him, and then you basically just have to take their word for it. So honestly,
Yeah.
like when Sauce talked about this at first, I said maybe I could listen on the Babe Ruth thing. I'm flipping all of a sudden. Like now that you're telling us this Ted Williams story, I think the Ted Williams thing is less believable all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, if that's the actual story that this guy just woke up to being hit by a ball in right field at Fenway, it's like, there's a lot of factors that could have been involved. Somebody could have threw the ball. You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
Did you guys run that past the Red Sox bullpen too? Is this something they've already discussed? Because those bullpens at Fenway are right next to each other. It's easy conversation.
We did not. We should though. We should maybe this next year when we're up there, we'll see what their take is on it. Because I'm sure they've heard the story. Obviously, they do tours every day there, so I would assume that somebody's caught wind of that story, and they definitely had a conversation about it.
Here's a decent segue to something you're pretty passionate about. If you were to stumble upon a Babe Ruth trading card, are you keeping it? Or if you're actually on the belief of, well, he didn't really exist, do you say to yourself, well, anybody can have it? He's not a real baseball player.
No, I mean, I guess it would be, what card it would be, I guess. There's a lot of valuable ones. So I think from the monetary standpoint, I would keep it. But yeah, I think that even, real or fake, I don't know if you guys have seen the one of the newer cards that has come out recently, the Tom Brady, in the new Bowman set. There's like a Tom Brady what if he actually signed with the Expos. And everybody's like talking about how, I think it ended up selling for almost 180 grand or 170 grand at auction recently. And somebody found that original photo, and it's not even Tom Brady. It's just like his face photoshopped over somebody. So like that is kind of the example, I guess, right? Like you see, a fictitious player. Granted, Tom Brady's a real person, but fictitious, sequence of him playing for the Expos. So I guess kind of give or take on either side.
If you guys want to go check out Justin's card collection, you are starting to document them a little bit on your Instagram page at the Topa collection. So off of that, I just want to start. Where did your card collecting start?
Pretty early on. My dad was a big collector growing up. He had a bunch of older cards, and when I was younger, we had a double-A team in my hometown. The Binghamton Mets used to be the Binghamton Mets. Now it's the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. So growing up, going to games there, like I said, just opening packs of cards on Christmas, randomly going to the store, grabbing a couple of packs, opening them up with my dad. That kind of transitioned to, going to minor games. I was that kid that was down the lines trying to get autographs from everybody, baseball, photos, whatever it might be. So that's kind of where the collection started. I got the opportunity to be a bat boy for the Double-A Mets when I was in middle school / high school. So got to, see a lot of those guys, get some cool memorabilia from them. And it's kind of transitioned to now. I collect a lot more, but I'm more like specific to what I'm looking for. Back then it was kind of like I'll get anybody to sign a card or baseball or anything like that. So now I've been a little more picky with what we add. Yeah, it's cool. It's something that, like I said, the connection with me and my dad, going to a bunch of games, growing up, and just kind of building stuff over the years. I'm in my basement now, so there's a bunch of stuff like hanging on the walls. Some stuff that I've had for when I was a teenager to stuff that I recently just got.
So are you now specifically going after, are you like eBay shopping cards, going after specific cards that you think are going to have some better value in the future? Or are you still in the, hey, let's buy 60 packs and rip them all?
I'm more on the buying eBay side. My wife probably doesn't want to do that. But yeah, I'm scouring pretty often just to see what's out there. And I also try, like I've sold a bunch of stuff, so I'm on there, buying and selling pretty much all the time, trying to upgrade certain stuff, different areas. Within the last 5 years or so, I think that I've kind of shifted my my thought to more like vintage stuff, and I started collecting signed Hall of Fame rookies from it initially started out like just try to get a bunch of baseball guys. Now I've gotten to the point I think that the ones that I need still are a little too expensive for my blood right now. But yeah, so it kind of blended, to baseball signed Hall of Fame rookies, and now it's kind of branched off into hockey, basketball a little bit. I grew up playing hockey, so that was kind of the next area. I was like, all right, let's shift from baseball into hockey and see what we can do there.